Well, hey everyone, I'm Eric Kimball. Welcome to my You Never Know What You're Going to Get Here channel. The other day I was talking to my wife and I said to her, I think I'm going to do a video about my outdoor table saw. And she said to me, well, what about it? And I said to her, I just want to let people know that it's a thing. If you don't have room in your basement or your garage or your barn or your shed, if you don't have an indoor workshop, you can get yourself a good size saw, a 10-inch saw, table saw, like I have right here, and I'm going to show you. You can get one of them and you can cover them with a tarp in the backyard, and that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to show you some things here, and maybe you'll be encouraged and inspired to get yourself a nice table saw and put it in your backyard and cover it up, and it'll be there when you need it. So first of all, I'll just show you that I have this tarp that's doubled over, so it's like a double thickness. And I have some lumber on here. We'll get that out of the way. I used to just put old lumber all around, on top and around the edges to hold it. Then I came up with this bright idea right here that you can see, which is, let's pull this thing off of here. I'll show it to you. This is 2 tire sidewalls and an unbungee cord between them. Now, if you haven't seen my flying tires video, you'll want to check that out for sure. I have a segment in there, short segment, showing how to cut the sidewalls out of tires really quick with a jigsaw. I can cut 2 sidewalls out of a tire in like 30 seconds. Piece of cake. Now the unbungee right there, I also have a video about that. You can check out the unbungee video. If I can remember, I'll put links below. So a few of those tire sidewall unbungee combination things over the top of the table saw seems to work very well. And there it is, all ready to pull the tarp off, and that'll be interesting. Alrighty then. Let's see what we've got here after the winter has gone by. I hope the winter's gone by. Ooh, yeah. The first thing I want to do is zoom right down here. Take a close look. You see that? Model number 113. It starts with 113. This is a Craftsman, Sears Craftsman table saw, 10-incher. It's a 113 series. You can buy these on Facebook Marketplace in much better shape than this one for around 150 bucks, often less. And that's what you want to get. If you want a good saw for an outdoor saw or otherwise, that's just a classic good table saw. This is it right here, the 113 series Craftsman. I purchased this 37 years ago. And when I first purchased it, I was building my house here on this property. There was nothing here. I built a shed. I put this under a little lean-to roof on the shed. So it was outdoors. Then it got moved around a lot. It went into the house, and then it went into a pole barn shop. Then it went into my own workshop here on my property that I used to have, but I don't have it anymore. It's outdoors now. This has been an amazing saw. It's got issues. The handle here on the fence, this is the original fence. Just last year, I was tightening it up and the handle stripped. It was a plastic handle with a brass insert. It finally gave out. So I came up with this jerry-rigged system right here, and it works. About halfway through the lifespan, the motor went. I got a new motor. It's not new anymore, but it was a new motor at one point. I burned out the other one. And the best thing I ever did to make this decent saw even better was to put this belt here, this link belt. And I changed the pulley, both pulleys, from that die cast, cheap die cast, changed it to a steel pulley. And that saw runs so smooth. And it was only a few years after I owned it that I did that. It's been an awesome saw. One of the things you're going to have to do if you have an outdoor saw like this is you're going to have to occasionally clean your table because you'll get a little bit of rust on it. And that's no problem. I'm going to show you. It's a piece of cake to fix. This is cast iron. It's heavy. This is a heavy saw. And I have just, they have cast iron extensions, but these are not them. These are just steel, formed steel. And that's worked fine for me. This cast iron top, though, that's one of the beautiful things about the 113 series. I don't know if they still make these. Well, I don't even think Craftsman's in business anymore. But okay, let me show you how to get that top surface looking beautiful again. All right, we'll begin by removing the fence here. What a pain that is, that without a handle. We'll set her down here on the ground. And one of the nice things about having your table saw, one of the many nice things about having your table saw outdoors is that the cleanup is pretty easy. I mean, the sawdust cleanup, might want to put a little grease on that. You hear that squeak? We're going to make this beautiful. You get your orbital sander. This is kind of an old beat up one. I got some 220 grit. It's just regular sandpaper. I've used 100 grit, regular sandpaper, little WD-40. Get your WD-40 on there. Have at it. Okay, there we go. See how nice that looks? Yeah, a little spot here and there, but it's smooth, and it's going to be smoother. Okay, so I'm also going to sand inside these channels here. It's working, but I'm going to sand a little just to. That's just a good idea. Sand and everything else, sand in there a little. It doesn't take long. It's not an unpleasant task. Okay, get myself a fresh rag here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look, it's even shiny down in there. We're in good shape. That alone is probably all you got to do, and it's what I have done in the past most of the time. If it's smooth to your fingertips, which are really great instruments for detecting smoothness. If it's smooth to your fingertips, doesn't matter how spotted it looks, it is smooth enough. The next step, you want to make it really nice, would be to get a little bit of degreaser on there. Okay, is that coming out? Yeah. Yeah. I got this at mostly full at a yard sale. The best way to buy stuff, yard sales, garage sales, state sales. So it smells good. Citrus degreaser. This is so nice. Very exciting. Can't wait to get working on a project here. Like finishing this addition behind me. Addition on my house I started 4 years ago. That's looking good. We're gonna let it air dry a couple minutes. Okay, we've given this a few minutes to air dry. And I also sanded the plate here. Might as well stick that in there. Now, you want an extra smooth surface, you get out the wax. All right, this is Mother's California Gold Carnauba wax. You ever watch the Scout Crafter channel? If you don't, you should. Scout Crafter, John Scout Crafter. He's a great guy. He recommended this. You should buy this just for the smell, if nothing else. So coat everything with the wax. Just need a thin coating, and it doesn't have to be a time-consuming process at all. It's not like you're waxing your vintage classic automobile. We'll let that dry a little bit. All right, now I'm just buffing off that wax. That little bit of wax, oh my gosh, that's better than brand new. I don't think it was that smooth when I bought it. Isn't that something? Let me tell you a couple more things about this saw. Besides the fact I got to grease this. This blade, having a good blade is a big deal. This is one of those forest blades. It's like a $100 blade. And I've got a forest blade stabilizer on it. I bought the forest blades when I started making classic American clothespins. You see that? Go to classicamericanclothespins.com. I've made thousands of these clothespins outdoors on this saw. And I have specifications there. If you're a woodworker, you want to make some clothespins, I got what you need. Okay? go to planetwhizbang.com or classicamericanclothespins.com. Good forest blade, man, does that make a difference. And one more thing, the rail that the fence slides against, you can wax that also. All right, let's fire this thing up. Wow. As Jed Clampett used to say, we doggies. Listen to that thing purr. Not bad for a 37-year-old outdoor saw. Oh yeah, real nice. Real nice. Well, there we go. Thanks for watching, everybody.